Welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning on WTME. Again, Joe and Kim Palo with you, middle of the week Wednesday. And we are now joined, as promised, by Melissa Presswood. As you know, I introduced Melissa, but in fact, it's Jason Sewell of Cleveland State Community College. And Jason, thank you for being with us. Buddy.
Glad to be here.
Jason is,
and he's a modest sort too. I've already figured that out in just a few minutes. He's very modest.
He won't pat himself on the back, but
That's
we
right.
will. Jason is the Director of Student Relations here at Cleveland State, and we're going to talk today about Catch the Fever, College Fever. And tell us a little bit about this program that's going on and what you guys are planning to do.
What we're planning to do is we were approached by Melissa and a group between the city and county schools, and an opportunity to host the juniors to come on campus and have a day where we can have workshops for them about certain college programs, things they need to know. So we're excited about it. We think it's going to be a great day. We're expecting close to 1,000 juniors on campus, have 5 concurrent sessions going on at a time with about 40 in each group or so. So we're really excited. Well, actually 5 different topics, 25 sessions at it.
25 sessions.
And so
that's great. And that's on March 9th. It's going to be on Friday,
March 9th, Friday,
right?
March 9th from 9 until 2. They'll arrive here, and then we'll split them up into groups, and they'll be going through the workshop all day long, and there's lunch included in that. They're coming with lunch. We'll have lunch and some activities going on. So we're really excited about it. We're excited about the opportunity to have them on our campus.
Now you have keynote speakers. I think Melissa said that you were in charge of doing all that. They've got different rooms and then speakers. I guess your people.
There we go.
Your people.
I'm not actually. I get to come be the spokesperson, but we have Suzanne and Tracy right here on our campus who has done an awesome job of coordinating this whole event. Suzanne and Tracy have been working very hard at it. They've got all the rooms scheduled. It's a huge undertaking to schedule this many students come on campus, get the speakers to come. But we have about 5 different topics that we're real excited for them to see.
Well, now this doesn't. You mentioned Melissa from Bradley, but this is just not just Bradley juniors.
No,
this is juniors.
This is juniors from Cleveland, Walker Valley, and Bradley Central.
Yeah. Yes. Wow. And what an exciting thing, because a lot of these kids as juniors really don't have any direction on where they want to go college-wise, what they want to take. And I guess this opens up a window to give them an idea of what they may be interested in.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for them to come and see, and a lot of students don't have an idea of what they wanted to do. I know when I was a junior in high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do until I kind of got my feet. I knew I wanted to play baseball.
Well,
I wanted to play baseball.
You wanted to play professionally,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So when that didn't work out, I realized that I better have my education. But it's a great opportunity for them to come and listen to some different workshops. We're going to workshops on how to write a winning resume and to do applications. Also, ACT prep is another workshop we'll be doing for them. We're also going to talk about college choices, the difference in colleges, and the difference between certificates and 2-year degrees, 4-year degrees, and what might be a great option for them. So, also we're going to have a student panel during their lunchtime. We're going to have students who are going to talk about how they got into college and things that they encountered and experiences that hopefully they'll be able to relate real well to the students that are there, because they are in the process of doing it and went through it already. So we think that's going to be a great option for them.
That'll probably work really well.
And then we're going to have a session on choosing a major.
Oh. And I see here also you've got some other areas like strategies for the ACT, which I know that's
ACT prep, different strategies, and
that's the hot one. That would be the hot one for me. That would be like, can I just sit in here again and listen to that?
Exactly. That ought to be a great topic for them to hear, because that a 4-hour test like that is a huge undertaking for them to come in and try to stay focused for that amount of time and to do the different things that is being asked on that test that tells them whether they're it has a great impact on what we in higher education deem as being college ready.
Right.
I will share this, as I share with all the groups that I speak to in our college, that they go in and take the ACT test, but whether they score well or not to me is not a true predictor of how well they might do.
Right.
I didn't score that great on the ACT, but once I got to college, I was serious about it and didn't have a problem doing the coursework. So we don't want that to be a deterrent, but we also want to help give them strategies on how to best go in there and be ready and prepared to take that test.
Right.
And I see another one here, obviously. It's the which option is best for you, whether it's certificate programs, community college, or 4-year colleges, and the working 9 to 5, as you said, in choosing a major.
Yes.
So how long will each session last, approximately?
We were going to have, Melissa, each session was going to be about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes or so is what we're looking on each session, which is, when you think about all the topics we're going to cover, 30 minutes is not a lot of time,
True.
but we're going to try to do the best we can to give them as much information as possible for them to take with them. Plus, it's going to be a whirlwind for them as they're coming through, going through 5 different sessions throughout the day, and they're going to get a lot of information. We're excited.
Yeah, a lot of it. I know going to conferences just as an adult, you sit in those hour or two, and I mean, it's hard enough. So it's really good that for juniors in high school, you got 30 minutes with them so you can keep that attention, because I have a hard enough time as a big girl, supposedly. You know, going through it. I mean, I can tend to start playing with my phone and all kinds of things. So that, I think that's very, I mean, I wish they would have done that when I was in high school, you know, that there would have been something to prepare us. It just seemed like, but that was back when you still used paper and pencil.
They had chalkboards.
Yeah, chalkboards. Yeah. We had chalkboards when I was in school. I used to get to do the racers outside.
So that's the thing we're trying to do, is we're trying to get the word out earlier to students, and the schools have been working real well with us to help us accomplish that. We've been having financial aid and scholarship nights at the schools as well. In our service area, trying to promote stuff like that. So everything we can do to get the word out about getting students to catch the fever and get interested in college, that's what we're all about.
Rev them up for that senior year.
Yeah, and you said that there's going to be a break in there where they'll have a lunch, and lunch will be brought in, so they won't be leaving campus.
No, they're going to be right here. They're going to stay on campus. We're going to keep them all together. They'll come through the line, get their lunch, but we're also going to have some music going on and make it kind of break the monotony a little bit, but then also have that student panel to where the students, they'll get to, I believe we're going to try to have some preempted questions too, where students are going to fill out questions at their school, because sometimes they might not ask in front of a crowd, so they can write it down. We'll have some questions that are already prepared that students are interested in knowing. So we feel real good about our students being able to get up there and share information with them as their experience was.
And I think what folks need to know, that today, obviously, a college education it's always been tremendous, but today, very few jobs can you even apply for if you don't have at least a 2-year degree. I know the Valker and the Volkswagen plant, you've got to have a 2-year degree just to work on the line to understand the instruction manual. Yeah. So it's and that's an area that I guess you folks will be delving in as well.
Yeah. Well, that's too. Cleveland State puts on a program that we have. It's called Advantage, and that's what all that Dr. Faulkner talks about, is the advantage of having that college education. And what a great place to start at Cleveland State.
Exactly. And that's the great thing about Cleveland State, is no matter what they want to do or where they want to go, they can start here.
They can start here, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you've been just a wealth of information, and how fun. That seems to me like that's going to be a really great day. I know the kids are going to have a good time. I know you guys are looking forward to it. We're going to talk to Melissa a little bit about the strategy there at the high schools and how the kids are going to feel about it and what they're going to be doing.
So, Jason, this is March 9th.
Yes.
And it starts at
9 o'clock.
9 until
2.
2? Okay.
Until you can round them all back up and put them on the bus.
Make sure we get them all back on the buses. Make sure we have counted all the heads.
That's right. Yeah, because I can see a few of them trying to.
Right.
But that's another thing about it, is each group too, we're going to have a chaperone with each group from the college here. So we're going to have 25 people, one with each group, that is going to go around, and as they're going from session to session, they'll be able to kind of give them a mini tour of the campus as well and explain different things that are going on around campus and the different buildings and things like that. So they'll have somebody with them all the time, along with who comes from the schools that'll be chaperones as well. So we just think it's going to be a great day, and we're really excited about doing it.
Well, your people do good work.
I'm telling you.
Jason.
I'm telling you. And great staff here at Cleveland State. I know the folks that probably helped put it all together.
The best. Very proud.
We appreciate you being with us today,
thank
Jason.
You for having me.
And enlightening us about this program. Again, it's March 9th here at Cleveland State, beginning at 9 o'clock till 2. If you are a junior in high school, I guess
parent of a junior, sign the permission slip. Don't be playing around with that. Sign it and get it back into
Melissa
the school.
I'll get you about that.
That's right. That's right.
Well, good deal. Again, thank you, Jason. We're going to be back with Melissa Presswood from Bradley Central High School, talk more about the program Catch the Fever, College Fever. Right after this commercial timeout, we'll be right back.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. in addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Hi, I'm Brittany Jackson. Join me every Wednesday night at 6:30 and midnight where we will highlight local sports, chat with coaches, and discover new tips every week. Only on In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley this morning. Again, Joe and Kim Palo. It's Wednesday. Terry, can we put up the weather forecast once again? Let's take a look at what we're going to find out as you go outside today, weather-wise. Don't hold me to this, but cloudy skies. There may be some sun peeking through a little bit today. High of 61, low of 47. Then rain returns for tomorrow. 80% chance. Again, we've talked about that. Doesn't mean an 80% chance of rain. Just means it's going to rain 80% of the day. That's the way I figure it. That's just the way I figure it.
Listen to anything.
High of 63, low of 36. Then tomorrow, then I should say tomorrow. Friday, sunny skies return, high of 55, low of 34. And again, today, you won't need your umbrella, but you will need it tomorrow. But I won't be around to tell you that tomorrow. Nancy will.
Just listen. So we were talking about your gadgets before. I meant your finger in the wind.
Oh, yeah. That's how I, yeah.
That's it.
You know, if you stick your finger out the window, it gets wet, it's raining. If it comes in, it's dry, and it's hot, it's sunny. It's just the way us meteorologists work.
Yes, I know. You
We are joined by Melissa Presswood of Bradley Central High School. Melissa, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And Melissa is the college and career counselor at Bradley Central High School, and I've had the privilege to interview Melissa before, Melissa and Cheryl Jensen of Walker Valley, about the career tech department at each of the individual schools. And what a great program that is, and of course, this is part of it, is bringing kids around, letting them see the advantage of getting a higher education and then finding out what they need to do to get it.
Right.
So tell us what's happening from the high school perspective, as Jason was telling us from the Cleveland State perspective.
Well, our goal is for all of our students to graduate from high school college and career ready.
Right.
And so we're taking lots of different measures throughout the school year to help get the students there.
Right.
And it's not just academics in the classroom, it's also exposing them to the different options that are available to them as far as college and career goes, and making sure that they know the steps they need to take to be successful after high school graduation.
Right. And when we did our interview before, which surprised me, there are very few kids that you said that come in through the program that really have a focus on what they want to do when they graduate high school. A lot of them are they're wide open. So this is a way to kind of challenge them into, channel them into an area maybe that they would be interested in.
Right. Some students come in and they start high school and they know exactly what they want to do.
Right.
But then there are a large number of students that are just unsure. There's so many options available to students now, and they're not quite ready to focus in on that yet. But we want them to begin thinking about the options available to them so that when they do graduate from high school, they're prepared to take those steps to make their dreams come true.
Right.
Right. So now the program, this is going to happen, and this is all the juniors from all three schools, and you're going to bus them in.
Yes.
So you're going to leave the campuses, and you're going to come to Cleveland State, and it's just going to be a fun day. And it seems like they've worked really hard to kind of get everything organized and to actually host this event for the juniors. So you've got to be excited about that and working with them.
Very excited. This came about, we were meeting with counselors from Bradley, Cleveland, and Walker Valley, and we were trying to think of a way to expose our juniors to the college planning process and the steps they need to be taking over the summer between their junior and senior year, and then also into the fall and spring of their senior year, just so that they're ready to graduate and apply to colleges and be successful when they enter college. And so we came up with this idea for a college planning seminar. and we approached Cleveland State about hosting it for us, and they were more than gracious, and they did far more than we even expected in the planning of the seminar. You know, they've not only provided the facility for us, but they've also helped us schedule speakers for the event. They've developed the timetable for when the students should arrive and when they'll go to each session. They're providing T-shirts for each of our students that are attending free of charge. So they've gone well above and beyond our expectations in helping us with this, and we're so grateful to them.
Well, and you know, Cleveland is very lucky, Bradley County is, to have such a quality community college, you know, here, that you can, like he was saying, that you can start here no matter where you're going to end up. You can always start here, and it is a great place to start. Now, let's talk about those parents getting those permission slips, because that does seem to get, and I know that I've signed a million of them as a mom. It seems to me like there was a period that we got a blanket one, I think maybe in elementary school, but that was always, I wanted to kill one or both of them at one time or another, because inevitably I'd get a phone call, you know, has Matthew not brought, you know, the night before? And I'm like, no, I never saw it. So I know you want to hound them from one end, but also tell the parents out there to sign it and get it back as soon as, or ask them about it.
Yes, that's so important. We've been advertising in each of the high schools about this seminar, trying to encourage all of our juniors to attend and to get that permission slip back. The permission slips are due this Friday for Bradley Central and for Walker Valley students. That's February 17th. They have to turn their permission slip in by then to be able to go. And I think for Cleveland High School, they're actually due February 15th.
Oh, okay.
So today.
So that's tomorrow. Yeah, today, that's it.
So they really need to make sure they get those permission slips back in so that they're able to attend this event. Of course, if we don't have a permission slip for a student, they can't go. And we don't want anyone to miss out on this.
No, because, we didn't know what in the heck we wanted to do when we were a junior in high school. I know that, you know, I just wanted to be with Joe. I just
when I was a junior, which was before you,
that was before
my big plan was to play professional football. And I thought, okay, I've got one more year of high school, 4 years of college. I'm thinking within 5 years, I'm going to be in the NFL. It was just, that was it. It was just no ifs, ands, or buts. I was there. Playing for that didn't happen, as Jason talked about. So, another avenue.
Right, but what I think it's really wonderful that you're starting with the juniors, you know, so that when after this can kind of get them revved up, and so they can focus more truly in their senior year. I think that's maybe the idea behind it.
Right. For so many students and their parents as well, you know, the college process is so daunting, and they don't even know where to begin sometimes. And so we just want to take the time now to educate our students, so that hopefully when they begin their senior year, they've already visited some colleges and they know, you know, what is involved in the application process, and they've kind of thought about what major they want to choose and which college they want to go to, and, you know, they've kind of worked through some of those steps so that when they begin their senior year, they're not stressed out about it so much and feel like, you know, they're way behind on getting everything prepared.
Right. Now, I guess there are probably some students that will come through that you will not be they will not be able to make a decision on exactly what they want to do. So I guess you will direct them in some general studies to kind of give them just a background, kind of like maybe a footing, so they can further from that point on?
Yes, because so many students will begin college and, you know, either end up changing their major or, you know, start college as an undecided major. And that's something that I know that Cleveland State's going to talk about when they do the session, you know, in choosing a major, is, you know, how to choose a major. What factors do you look at as far as, you know, what kind of career do you want to have when you leave college, and, you know, what do you enjoy doing, and using those factors to help you choose a major. But some students inevitably will end up changing their major, and Cleveland State can, you know, show them how that is possible and still remain on track for graduation in college as well.
Because I can imagine that would I would think that if that happens more than you would actually think that it does, you know, happen. Because
it happened to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, you know, you're idealistic, or, you know, at that age, you know, you just, and you have to really kind of make, not a big decision, but, you know, the lifelong, but at least a course in which you're going to go. And that's awful young to have to do that. And especially nowadays, it seems like, I mean, I think that we were a lot more ready for life, you know, it seems like, or either my kids, I don't know, maybe I just did it to them. They were like, oh, I think I'll just take off a year first, you know, and that type of thing. But, you know, it's good that they can know, and I think that you've even got some work study for if people want to go, that they're planning to go to work out of high school. Is that true?
There are lots of different paths that students will take upon graduation. We're focusing on, you know, 2-year degree programs, 4-year degree programs, and even some certificate programs for those students that maybe want to enter the workforce a little sooner. But this way they still get the education and training they need to have a successful career.
Now, Melissa, I know, again, when we've talked in the past, some of the areas that you folks kind of try to help the kids to maybe the direction they want to go. Tell us some of the areas that you have that are offered, I should say.
Oh, wow. At our schools, we have so many career and technical areas that students can focus in. We've got, the health sciences. If students want to major in education, they can choose like family consumer science type classes. We've got lots of industry certifications through, the automotive programs and some of our computer technology programs and
nursing.
Right, the nursing program is great. A lot of students will graduate and earn their CNA, so they can maybe work their way through college with a job that pays well. We've got students that do lots of web design, marketing classes,
broadcast media.
Yes, broadcast media is huge, and we love them. Lots and lots of different classes, criminal justice, cosmetology. Wow. So there's a wide array of classes for students to choose from. And we encourage them to start taking those classes while they're in high school so they can explore some of these career areas and maybe decide, if this is something they do like or maybe if it's something they don't like.
Right.
And that way before they go to college and spend money studying in that career,
right. They've already
realized they either like it or don't like it. So it helps along the way. In the state of Tennessee, with the new graduation requirements, they require each student to have a focus area to graduate, so it's kind of like a high school major.
Right.
And they're encouraging students to explore these different career areas as well.
And I know we also talked about a lot of the county schools, and state county, I guess in the city too, but there's a lot of students that maybe their background, their family's background has to deal with agriculture or farming. And I know that's a big part of it as well, that these kids can get the educational aspect of that and put it to use on their parents' farm or maybe whatever it may be.
Right, and we have a great agricultural program at Bradley Central High School, and the students, will tell you that they learn so much through that program, and a lot of them do have goals to help their family back, back on the farm, and but they want to bring new technology to the farm.
Right.
So that's a great place for them to start learning that.
Now, you mentioned that the city school, Cleveland, has to have their permission slip in by today, the 15th, and then for the county schools, Walker Valley and Bradley, it's due on Friday.
Right, so that's not much time, but they need to get it in quickly.
Are there any, and I'm going to throw this out there because, as Kim said, inevitably, it would have been our kids, but are there any exceptions? If, like, let's say they really,
sick today, sick
whatever, they're sick at school, they can't bring
no exceptions. I can tell by the look.
It's like, I don't want to say that there is.
I know.
No, don't.
The hard part.
Right, I know. I'm just trying.
We're telling them no exceptions. The reason we set the deadline so early is to allow Cleveland State and ourselves to have time to, make sure we have enough speakers for the sessions, to order the T-shirts that they're getting.
That's right.
The
lunches.
The lunches, right. We really need those permission slips in on time.
And then if you have a permission slip and that you have signed, then the child needs to be there.
Right, and parents, ask your students, did you turn that in?
Right, did you turn that in? Check their backpack because it's probably in the bottom crumpled up.
Sometimes I will check with students and they'll have it in their backpack or in their locker, they just didn't turn it in.
Right.
So make sure they turn it in.
So parents, if you're watching this and you are the parent of a junior, a high school junior, ask them, because all the juniors are being offered this.
Yes, all the juniors. We want all of the juniors to go.
Now, just real quick, this is just for Bradley County. Now, we are on in areas of Ray County, Meigs County, but this is just for Bradley County students.
It is.
Okay, okay. But Cleveland State, of course, offers to the surrounding area. So if you're maybe
come one, come all.
Yeah, if you may want to investigate into Cleveland State. If you are a junior at one of the high schools I mentioned, Ray or Meigs or wherever, maybe Polk, just talk to Mr. Sewell and possibly get some direction there. Now, you do counseling, but you're career counseling, so it's not like the regular school counselor that they would come see you if they have a problem within school. Is it that as well, or is it just you counsel them in their career, furthering their career?
I am focused on college and career.
Okay.
So I get to take students on college visits to lots of different area schools. I know. I get to plan events like the college planning seminar for students. So it's just focused on college and career. And we have other counselors at the school for students to talk to if they have personal problems or need help in some of their classes.
Well, and that's wonderful. I mean, that you can take a special interest, especially there are students that are very focused and driven. You know, I was not one of those, but you know, I had friends that they knew exactly and they were very focused and driven. And to have you there decide to help them through that to achieve their goals, I'm sure that you just love to see those that are ready so that you can help them get the best possible education and forward their career and get it jump started. So that's really great. I know you enjoy your job. You can tell just by talking about it that you know, she lights up when she's talking about it.
And of course, your counterpart, Cheryl Jansen at Walker Valley.
Yeah, right.
I know you two work closely together. You're in the county school system.
Yes.
And these are two wonderful ladies that do a lot to help the students be prepared when they graduate to move on and further their education, and then of course get a career.
Get you a career.
Get you a career. Learn you something. But it really does help get the student prepared, because as we said, you know, when we were in school, there really wasn't any of that. I mean, you know,
right.
you were on your own, so to speak.
Pencil and papers. There were no calculators.
Yeah, you were on your own. No computers either. A long time ago.
Kidding, no.
So you're figuring about 1,000 students is what you're kind of preparing for.
That's what we're hoping for. Wow. You know, if we can bring all the juniors from each school, it'll be over 1,000 students that we'll have on Cleveland State's campus.
That's terrific.
I know, I'm so grateful to them.
I know. I mean, and they've done a great undertaking, you know, but to help it, you know, they understand the importance of the higher education as well. So I think that you guys are going to have a great day, and I wish you all the luck in the world with 1,000 juniors on campus. It should be a riot.
Yes. It should be fun.
Well, Melissa, we appreciate you being with us today and talking to us about this. Again, parents, remember today for Cleveland City Schools is the deadline for the permission slip to be turned in. Friday is the deadline for the county schools, Bradley and Walker Valley as well, to turn their permission slips in. So do that, ask them if they have it, and then turn it in.
That's right.
So they can start on their furthering their education at Cleveland
And lots
State.
of fun will be had at Cleveland State
and lunch.
on March
you got
the
lunch
9th.
Too. Lunch too. All right, thank you, Melissa, again for being with us.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to be back with more Tennessee Valley this morning after this. Please stay tuned.